I don't think I'm gonna get injured in this match. When Devon told this to Engin, there was an unquestionable amount of confidence in Devon's voice, but at the same time, there was a hint of some hopefulness as well. Because there is nothing worse than getting injured in the biggest super match of your life, especially when you believed that you had a shot to win that match. The what if memories must haunt you for quite some time after your loss. And I think that's exactly what may have happened to Devon as well. Hello arm wrestling fans, this video is about the highlights of the recent Devon and Engin podcast. Link will be in the description. So Devon told us in the podcast that he has been sick since Dubai, since the Georgi Swetkov match. So it has already been almost 2 months and maybe he's not back to 100% yet. It wasn't the kind of sickness that would completely prevent you from going to the gym, from hitting the weights, from training on the table, but it was the kind of sickness that can force you to hit the maintenance weights only. But the good thing is that, as we discussed in the previous videos, despite hitting those maintenance weights only for last couple of months, Devon is already getting stronger. By the end of March, in April, I'll be something that I have never been before. I am pretty confident saying that. Then Engin discussed some training methods with Devon and Devon showed his famous pronation lift. He was lifting about 156.25 pounds precisely before the Denis Siplenkov match, and that was his peak, even higher than the Hermes Gasparini match. And right now, he showed Engin and all of us the same lift with 150 pounds with ease. So those 156 pounds and this 150 pound lift, they aren't even really 1 rep maxes. For Devon, a 1 rep max is a really high amount of weight that he can lift for one time but multiple times a day, and this is what he has been doing. And he said that by the time the Levan SAGINASHVILI match is on, he is already preparing to cross 160 pounds, which is going to be a personal best for him. Then they further discussed some training methods, and I remember back in 2022, before the first Devon versus Levan match, Engin was trying to suggest Devon some training methods. He was kind of criticizing Devon's training in a very respectful way by saying that Devon is not hitting those 1 rep maxes on the table. He may be doing them in the gym but not on the table, and you cannot prepare for the amount of force that Levan is going to bring on the table just by training hours and hours on the table with guys who probably have half of the amount of strength that Levan has. And even yesterday they discussed the same topic. Devon stands his ground that his training method is good enough to defeat Levan SAGINASHVILI. He doesn't need to go all out on the arm wrestling table. He can do that in the gym. Engin also agreed that there are clearly multiple ways to get to the top, and Devon has already shown that his method works really good because of his results in the previous super matches. And Devon kind of laughed about this statement that Engin told Levan was making about him by saying that he doesn't believe that Devon has gotten much stronger since the 2022 match, which we have already discussed on this channel. Devon said, "The thing that I find interesting is how much my training has evolved specifically after the Levan match. That match gave me so much truth. There is no greater truth in arm wrestling than a devastating loss." This time, Devon is more fired up. In the previous match, he had some doubts in his mind because at that time, he knew that nobody has stopped Levan. The common conception was that nobody can stop Levan. But right now, Devon knows that he has a shot. At least it's much better and much higher than the previous time. I just saw very clearly, if you want to beat Levan, if you want to be even in the conversation, that piece right there while indicating towards his riser, that piece right there has to be so incredibly strong, and if it's not, nothing else matters. Devon believes that you need to stop Levan's hand and wrist positioning that he applies with so much explosiveness. If you cannot do that, you cannot hook him, you cannot top roll him, you cannot press him, you cannot do anything about that. And speaking about pressing Levan SAGINASHVILI, they also discussed the Hermes versus Levan match. Devon said that he gets told every single time that you should watch the Hermes Gasparini match and try to do what Hermes was doing. But about this, Devon wasn't really happy about that advice in particular. There is a reason for that. Devon clearly said that Hermes and himself are completely different arm wrestlers. This is what Devon said. Hermes and I are very different in what he can do and what I can do. So it looks like Devon isn't really hopeful about the strategy that Hermes applied by stopping Levan with back pressure and then trying to pin him with a flop wrist press. This may not be something that Devon can do because Devon's arm may not be as strong as Hermes Gasperini. Then Engin also kind of almost offered a left-handed match for Devon with Hermes Gasperini. To this question, Devon did not reply anything. He did not seem really confident if he can defeat Hermes on the left arm or not. About the Alijan versus Hermes match, Devon said that this is going to be a close match as well, and Hermes shouldn't really be too much confident while going against Alijan. I think when someone is special, you should expect to be surprised. And Alijan is really special. Okay, let's get back to the Devon topic. There was a lot of hype around the Denis Siplenkov match, and Devon is still really happy by the way he performed against Denis. Denis, I think, was one of my very best performances in my entire career. I think that I came in the strongest that I've ever been, and I think I performed as good as I could have performed. I hope I can do something even crazier for Levan, because it will have to be even crazier than that. So that makes Denis Siplenkov look good. If Devon was the strongest that he had ever been, and also Devon performed all of the moves, all of the top roll and press hook transitions perfectly, still he needed almost a minute to pin Denis, maybe even more than that, then that kind of shows that we may be underestimating Denis Siplenkov's stopping power. And then the final statement about Levan. Devon said that he also tried to break his arm after he had already torn his bicep against Levan by going sideways like this. But unfortunately for Devon, it didn't happen. So Devon said that the last time he tried as much as he could have even after getting injured. Right now, Levan's wrist may be slightly injured. So is Levan going to continue after Devon breaks him, after Devon injures him in that super match? I just wonder how much it means to him if he will come back to fight after he's been broken, because it might happen. What if he loses round 1? What if he loses round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6? Will he continue to come back to the table? Now this is a question that we can tie to the Hermes Gasperini match as well. But the difference is that Levan had already won that super match. In this super match, if he's losing, he must come back to try different things. So this was the all serious Devon. After that, Engin kind of tried to light up the situation by talking about the 105 kg category. Devon believes that it is impossible for anyone to defeat him in that weight category. It can be Ongarbayev, it can be Dadikyan, it can be Todd Hutchings, it can be anyone else. Even if Evgeny Prudnik is going to get destroyed by Devon, just like the 115 kg category match. 105 kilo category is in big trouble when I show up. I'm gonna kill all of those guys. So these were the highlights from the interview. I hope you liked it. Please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again.